Hey, here's a lesson on how to solve some reverse percentages. Right, let's have a look at a question. So I bought a top in the sale. The top had 30% off and I paid £21. So how much was the cost of the top originally? The first thing you want to figure out is that if the top had 30% off, you want to work out how much percentage is left. So you've got to imagine that every item you buy starts off at 100%, and then when they take 30% off, then you're going to be left with 70%. So I'm just going to write that we've got 70% left, and that is equal to the price that you paid for it, which is £21. And then from here, we need to try and figure out how we can get from 70%, and we need to try and get back to 100% to the original amount. So the way to do it is we can do it in a few steps. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go from 70% and I'm going to try and work out what 10% is. And to do that, I need to ask myself, well, what do I need to divide 70 by to get to 10? So I've got to divide by 7. So if I divide 70 by 7 and get to 10, I've got to do 21 divided by 7, which is going to be £3. And then from there, I need to figure out how do I get from 10% up to 100%? Well, what do I times 10 by to get to 100? Well, I times 10 by 10. So I've got to times both these by 10. So my original amount is going to be £30. And you can always check whether you were correct, whether you got the right answer. Because it says I bought a top in the sale, the top had 30% off. Well, you can work out what 10% of 30 is, divided by 10, which is 3. And then you can times that by 3 to work out 30%. Well, 30% would be £9. If you do 30 take £9, you get to that £21, which was a sale price. Right, can you have a go at those two questions there? So you might want to pause it a second, and I'll put the answers up in 20 seconds. So just pause it and have a go. Right, let's see how you've gone on then. So for this one, bought a phone in the sale, the phone had 60% off. So you want to be asking yourself, my original price is 100%, so I need to be taking off 60%. So I've got 40% left. So 40% is going to be equal to the sale price of £56. So then you need to think to yourself, how can I get from 40% back up to 100%? So I'm going to go down to 10% first. So I'm going to divide by 4. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. So 56 divided by 4 is going to be 14. And then from there, I need to go from 10% up to 100%. What do I times by? What times by 10? So my original price is going to be £140. Well done if you got that. And then this second one, so I bought a car on sale, the car had 80% off. So I need to work out what 100% take away 8% is. So you're going to be 20% left. So 20% is going to be equal to that 870. So I need to think, how can I get from 20% back up to 100%? Well, you could do it in one go. You could times it by 5 if you wanted to, but I'm going to go down to 10% first. So I'm going to divide it by 2. So 10% is 435. And then from there, I'm going to times it by 10 to get up to 100%. So the original cost was 4,350, but you'd have got that if you'd have times that both by 5. And then this last question, how much was the car reduced by then? So you just need to work out what 4,350 take away 870 is to see what the difference is. So 4,350 take away 870 equals £3,480 it was reduced by. So brilliant if you got that. Right, here's some questions. You might not be able to see them very well in there, so I'm also going to email you the sheet. But have a go at those. You can pause it here, and then I'll put the answers up in 20 seconds again. Right, hopefully you've had a go at those. So here's your answers. So I'll just flick through them. The red part just means what it's reduced by. So here they are. And then when you get onto the challenge ones, is the challenge answers. And finally, the super challenge answer. If there's any problems, you can email me. And thank you.